Good morning. We are in Exodus 19. In the third month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. Verse 2. Okay. For they were departed from Rephidim and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Israel camped before the mount. Verse 3. And Moses Okay. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. Semicolon. Verse 4. Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. Interesting. I'm going to look over here on that just for the sake of looking, because peculiar. I always thought there was like a negative thing, like weird. But either way, that's interesting, because let's look at that. 19 and 5. Peculiar. Who wants to be peculiar? Nobody. I don't think so. That's a negative thing, I think, but it could be good, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. 19. Uh, First of all, let me ask. Odd. Okay. Peculiar.
Here are matches for peculiar.
Peculiar. Oh. Peculiar. Okay, well, I was trying to look that up, but, as usual. I need to bring my dictionary down here. It's around. I'm turning off Wi-Fi. Let's see what that does. Okay, we're cooking now. Strange, odd, unusual. Okay. So as I assumed, or as I figured, it's not a welcomed thing. Okay. It's not a fun thing. Peculiar. It's not a good thing. Nobody wants to be peculiar. We don't want to be odd. We don't want to be. But it says right here, he'll be a peculiar people. So different. So that's interesting. Let's check over here on the other version, verse 5. 19, verse 5. It says, now, therefore, if you shall be my treasured possession. Treasured possession. Okay. Okay. Now, therefore, peculiar, you shall be my. Then ye shall be my peculiar, be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. There you have it. There you have it. There it is. God's telling you straight out. All the earth is mine. Okay. Yep. Very important fact. When we say stuff like that God is in control about everything, we don't just say that. It says it right here. Okay. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Verse 7. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord. Okay. And the Lord said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord. 10. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, go unto the, verse 10, Exodus 19, verse 10. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. '11. And be ready against the third day, be ready against the third day, for the third day the Lord will come down. The Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. Okay. This is pretty deep what he's saying here. '12. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall be surely put to death. 13. There shall not an hand touch it, but shall surely be stoned, or shot through. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, 15, Be ready against the third day, come not at your wives. Okay. He's telling them not to have sex with their wives during this sanctification period. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Huh. Very interesting. I mean, I've read this before, but there's a lot of potential parallels and symbolism here. For one, we see stuff like this when, Christ came. We're supposed to be cleaning up and becoming sanctified and holy and everything. So there's a lot of parallels right here of what that looks like. The God's going to be coming down off the mountain. God's coming for everybody to see and all that. But, sexual immorality, there's a lot of that right here. And that's one of the main preachings in the New Testament. I think Paul said there were three things. Three things you're supposed to do. What are the three teachings of Paul for New Testament instructions?
I found this on the web.
Anyway, it's not what I was looking for, but it's three things. One of them is, I can't remember, but sexual immorality, don't eat food offered to idols, and just basic Christian stuff. Real simple. Okay. Um, 16. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings in a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceedingly loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the camp. No, they stood at the nether part of the mount. And Moses, 18, and Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. 19. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. 20. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount, and the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up. And 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. 22. And let the priests also, which come near to the Lord, sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them. 23. And Moses said unto the Lord, The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for thou chargedst us, saying, set bounds upon the mount and sanctify it. 24. And the Lord said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people break through to come up upon the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. 25. So Moses went down unto the people and spake unto them. Okay. That's it for 19. So what I see here is, okay, the Lord's telling y'all, hey, here's the boundaries, don't cross it, or else. And to me, that's an image of what we have today and God is saying it many times. First of all, he's giving them boundaries, he's giving them instructions. Then he's telling Moses again, hey, make sure they don't come across. He's telling them 2 or 3 times not to come past. Okay. Because if they do, it's not going to be pretty. Now, at the same time, I think I'm seeing here, well, I'm going to go to the footnotes because this is a very interesting chapter. I'm going to go to the footnotes first before I say anything, because as you can see, God is kind of like playing it by ear. It's, oh, Moses, come up. Okay, go down, Moses. Go get Aaron. Let's just have a conversation. Let's see where it goes. It's what it sounds like God is doing, which is a lot like I think reality is doing now, because God isn't on anybody's time frame. At the same time, he's still moving. God isn't on no special time scale or set thing. I mean, if anything's set, it's the fact that he can't be changed. But other than that, God is just winging it. I mean, I could be dead wrong on that, but God can wing it and still be perfect, because that's just who God is. So I don't know if I'm dead wrong on that, but God is in motion right here. Okay, he's in motion. Moses is coming up. Moses is going back down to get Aaron. They're having a conversation. He's talking to him about the people. He's telling them to sanctify themselves. So God is in motion. At the same time, God knows everything. So I almost had an epiphany just now, but yeah, I ain't gonna talk too much on that because it gets deep. So we're gonna go to the footnotes on that. But as you can see, we're with God right here. God makes it clear the whole earth is His. I'm gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen if y'all do what I'm supposed to do. If you do what I tell you, y'all are gonna be a special treasure to me. But there's always a choice. It's if y'all do this, if y'all do that. And that's just the nature of the creation, that we have choice. Okay? Doesn't mean God doesn't know. Okay? And I think I'm growing in this chapter. I'm having a sense of realization. Okay, so let's check over here on the footnotes on this because this is very interesting. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to take a look at. Man, this is exciting. Bear with me as I read the footnotes because I don't just read footnotes out loud. Thank y'all for bearing with me. I think we're doing good on this. Okay. Okay, so the Lord promised to Moses at the burning bush. He said to Moses back then, he said, you will serve God on this mountain. He told Moses that. He said, this is going to be a sign to you that you're going to be back on this mountain. I forgot the exact words, but let me look. What did Moses get told by God that he was going to serve?
Here's what I found.
What did God tell Moses about coming to serve him on the mountain?
I found this on the web.
Okay, I'm not really seeing it, Rob, but it's there. Okay, so God told Moses a while back, hey, when he was at the burning bush, and I'm pretty sure Moses asked him for a confirmation. How do I know that this is going to actually work out? And God said, well, you're going to be back here on this mountain, serving me, or something along them lines. And here we are. We're back. So. Okay. Now, let me keep reading on these footnotes. This is probably one of the more complex chapters in here. So. Okay. So I think a lot of what we're doing here is preparing. We're preparing Israel for God's presence. Okay, don't cross this boundary. Wash your clothes. Don't have sex with your wives for 3 days. How all that works, you're supposed to be contemplating. Okay. How all that works, you need to be contemplating. Because if you're just saying to yourself, this stuff doesn't matter, whether we wash our clothes or have sex or not, then you're in the wrong spot. I hate to tell you. You're not in a realistic place. And that goes for me too. About 7 weeks after the Exodus, okay, and this is about the same time frame that the Pentecost happened after Jesus died, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I think it says here. So Pentecost is when, that happened at the Pentecost, where everyone spoke in tongues and that kind of thing happened. Okay. So you're seeing a pattern here. You got after the Exodus, and now in the same time frame after Jesus died, you have Pentecost. So big events happen on that time frame, about 7 weeks, which is God's number, 7. Don't quote me on that. Okay. Okay. So one thing I'm noticing here is that okay, it's absolutely vital that they keep these commandments that we're about to get. It's first and foremost. It's not optional. If you do not keep these commandments, then you're totally out of the grace. You're totally For one, if you come through on this mountain, you're going to get killed. Number 3, it's absolutely precedent that this is part of your role, that you keep these commandments and keep everything rolling smoothly. Now, of course, we know that's not going to happen completely right, but it could have. Okay. And, okay. I'm still on the footnote, y'all. Bear with me. I normally don't read footnotes, but this is a kind of a hairy chapter in a good way. So we're going to look at the footnotes. Persevering in faithfulness. So Moses is a type of Christ, I think. And when we live our lives in obedience to the word, it's preaching. And it says right here that they're going to be a holy nation and stuff like that. They're supposed to be preaching through their actions. As a nation of priests. By their conduct, it shows other nations that God is real. So they're preaching. So don't sit here and tell God. Don't tell yourself that God isn't real when you're supposed to be manifesting God's realness through your life. Okay. You're supposed to be the manifestation of God's realness. Okay. The proof of God is supposed to be shining through you. How's that for an atheistic answer? Okay. You're supposed to be providing evidence of God through your life, through your actions, through whatever it is you're doing. You're supposed to be the proof of God. So instead of looking everywhere else, why don't you look at yourself and say, oh, yeah, you're supposed to be you. You're supposed to be proof of God. Yeah, if nothing else, that may be your life's purpose. Oh, you missed the ticket. You missed the bus. Well, not here on Preach Facts. That's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're doing here. Okay. A priesthood. You, however you want to do it, but that's what you're doing. You're showing God. Okay? Supposed to be. That's just me preaching. And to consecrate means to set apart as holy. Okay. Now, that word holy is a big ununderstood thing. It's not understood by me, by anybody. Um, so I'm going to leave that alone for now, but I just want y'all to meditate on that, of what that actually means. Well, you might say, oh, Christ is holy, God is holy. He wants us to be holy, but what does that actually mean? Well, the actual meaning is to set apart. No, consecrate means to set apart, to make holy. Okay, to set apart is holy. Now, since I brought that up, I'm just going to look that up. Holy. Now, I have a pretty good idea what that means, but holy. Holy.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
She doesn't even know either. Golly. And I'm just doing this. We're studying here. Dedicated or consecrated to God or a religious purpose. Sacred. Okay. Okay. Exalted or worthy of complete devotion as one perfect in goodness and righteousness. Okay, well, in the world today, holiness doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. The only thing that's holy is whatever matters to you. And that's not the real picture. In the secular view today, holiness, and I'm off on a tangent here, but the secular view is that there is no external perfection. There is nothing worth seeking. We're on a planet where nothing significant. We're just existing, living for the moment. There's nothing holy other than, family or whatever like that. Whatever your personal thing is, but real Christian theology says that God is holy, Christ is holy. Same thing, and it's supposed to be an external principle to you that is across the board truth. It's not something you decide whether it's holy. It's actually holy. Okay, and it's worthy of your worship. Okay. Now I could preach on that all day, but let me get back to my thing here. If you don't believe that, you're off base 100%. And I struggle with that too. Okay, but that is the main fundamental principle of God and life itself and our reality. I can tell you right now, if God can hang the universe in the middle of nothing, and it's just sustained, however we are here, and we're here, that's holiness. That can happen for us, for Him. That's holiness. So you have to look at the picture. If we are here, we know that. If God did that out of nothing, and they were here talking about Him personally, and talking about His works and His creation, I hate to tell you all that, but there's a holy God out there. Period. So we're not just saying stuff. You have to really look at the bigger picture. Oh, let's just make a universe. Oh, here, boom, here it is. Oh, let there be light. Oh, here's this. Oh, you want a woman that's gonna satisfy you and everything. You want that. Boom. Oh, here's that. Oh, here's food to eat. Oh, here's my laws. Here's my commandments. Here's everything. Yeah, that's pretty holy. Pretty serious. It's pretty big, Oh yeah, let's just make a universe out of nothing. You could never do that, but I can. Here you go. Oh, and by the way, I want your life's purpose to be showing me and experiencing me in my creation. That's your purpose, among other things, to love me and all that. That's your purpose. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty holy. Anyway, that wasn't a very good breakdown of that, but I wasn't attempting to fully break it down. It was just, and I bring that up because consecration is mentioned here. This is really the first time I think we've seen consecration. And okay. All right, so we did 19, and this is important because this is the first time you've seen the struggle of personal. Okay, now it's a personal thing. Now you're wanting us not to do stuff. Okay, we got to wash our clothes. We're trying to be clean now, and that's going against our natural grain. Well, not natural grain. It's going against something that we wouldn't normally do. So now that's a sacrifice. I don't care what you are. There's a sacrifice there. If you have to stop what you're doing and go wash your clothes, don't look at your wife, don't have sex with her. You're asking for a sacrifice. We just want to lay around and eat and chill, but no, you want us to go wash our clothes. We got to go work now. We got to go to work now. We need to be clean. We need to make an effort. So this is really the first time you've seen that on a national scale, or maybe at all. God is calling for a sacrifice here of the people. And he's warming us up to that. Okay. Before it was, don't eat the manna. We had the Passover feast, and he was telling them, clean out the leaven. So we're seeing stuff as far as cleaning up and being more orderly. Okay, we're seeing stuff like that. Following instructions. Stay in the house. Put the blood on the doorpost. We've seen characteristics of God up to this point. The flood, the whole world was destroyed, flooded because of evil and wickedness. But Noah was righteous. Okay, what does that mean? So we're seeing images of what God expects, what God likes. But right here we're seeing preparation. So it's not necessarily what you're not doing, it's just becoming more clean and more orderly. So the other day it was the manna thing. Don't try to save it for a day afterward, just following basic instructions. Okay. On that wasn't really a cleansing type of thing. But here we have, okay, let's get cleaned up for God like we're going out to dinner. Something like that. Let's get cleaned up. Let's put on our Sunday best for God. We're all going to get cleaned up. We're going to wash our clothes. We're going to make an effort to go and make God pleased. And that's a humbling experience. That's humbling. Okay, God is in control. We just need to bring our best presentation. We need to bring our best presentation. Go wash their clothes. It's a lot to take on, but we're just examining this as best we can. Don't have sex with a woman, and you might say to yourself, I don't like this. That's what I'm saying. But my best sense is saying, who doesn't like clean clothes? Who doesn't like things set apart? Who doesn't like nice things? And if you don't have your wife for 3 days, guess what? You'll probably enjoy it more when you do see your wife. So it's not all bad. You need to look at the higher level. Don't look at the momentary thing. Look at the higher level of what God is doing here. Oh, we got to go wash our clothes. Oh, we got to go do this. Oh, this sucks. We just want to lay here and gamble or whatever we're doing. But you look at the bigger picture, you might say, oh, we're all clean now. We all got clean clothes. That was fun anyway. We were all out there laughing. Oh, guess what? And you're over there, your wife's over there, and you guys can't do anything right now. And you're thinking, well, can't wait till we can. So God, you have to look at the positive aspects of it too. So just because you're not getting something that you want or you're doing something that you don't want to do doesn't mean it doesn't have a positive aspect to it too. Okay, so I'm trying to see the bigger picture here. I'm trying to put myself in the Israelite shoes and in the God shoes, or the what it actually means shoes. So we're done. We're on YouTube at Preach Facts. We're on TikTok at Preach Facts 7. This is a complicated chapter. We did good today. If anybody sees these videos and you want to make a personal question or have me address something, or I'm no guru, maybe. But if you have anything you want to reach out personally, you can do. You can send a Facebook request at Walter Murray. I'm the guy holding the fish, and if you turn out to be real, I might reply. But most people are just fake scammers. I got an email at preachfact7@gmail.com. I haven't had one person reach out relating to this or anything in 3 or 4 months. So y'all have a good day.